Is the Laneige lip mask worth the hype? Is it worth the money? Because on Sephora it has over 17,000 reviews, but people are saying that it breaks them out and it doesn't even hydrate their lips. And this is obviously a fan favorite for many, but why do some people have such terrible experiences? I actually wanted to dig into this. Let's look at the ingredients. And as a medical esthetician, I actually dug into my own lip collection, looking for some cruelty-free alternatives because Laneige is not cruelty-free. And there's some things that are actually less expensive, that work better, that are cruelty-free, and still have the vitamin C or the shea butter that Laneige is charging people $24 for. Now, let's start with Laneige because $24 is not the worst. For a little tiny thing, it's definitely not the best, but we've seen more egregious things out there. Yeah, if you want to waste your money, there's a lot of other places. But maybe there's something fantastic about the ingredients of Laneige that set it apart from the rest, or the history of Laneige. Let's look at that because they've been around since the 1990s. Well, when we actually look at where Laneige came from, it wasn't started by a person with a passion or anything like that. It was actually a smaller brand underneath the Pacifica umbrella. And remember that when we talk about umbrellas in the beauty world, we have these parent companies that can actually own other companies underneath them. And that's what we're talking about here. Pacifica is huge, and they decided to launch this Laneige Korean brand in the 1990s. And they started doing celebrity promotions. Again, it started in Korea, then it went to Hong Kong. They got a bunch of celebrities and actresses to promote it. Then it went international. They're still doing celebrity promotions with Sydney Sweeney to this day. So like, yay, celebrity marketing? Well, even if the brand doesn't have an interesting backstory, maybe there's something so phenomenal about these ingredients that set it apart from the rest. Maybe it's curing people's lip issues. And doctors and dermatologists who have spoken about how bad it is, they just don't know better, right? Right?
Bad news bears, definitely if you have perioral dermatitis, you don't want to use a product like this. I mean, really, I would discourage anyone from using a lip product with fragrance.
Let's look at the ingredients on Sephora, why don't we? The first ingredient is diisostearyl malate, which is not a bad ingredient. It's not toxic or terrible or anything like that. It's actually malic acid and isostearyl alcohol, which is also super cool about chemistry. If you actually read the name, you can kind of figure out what the molecule is. But this is an emollient, and it's used in a lot of different products. Again, it's not bad, but it's not like revolutionary. When we go further down the list, we have hydrogenated polyisobutane, some plant sterols, and a couple of things that just aren't revolutionary or that expensive. Now further down, there is some shea butter, which we love in skincare, in lip products, and in moisturizers. There's some sugar things, and then there's fruit juice. It's not actually like fruit extract or fruit pulp, it's just like some juice of some fruits. I mean, again, not bad, but like, okay. Now we do have tons of fragrance, tons of color, and yes, coconut oil, which some people love, but for some people it can cause breakouts, which is why some of these reviews where people are saying that they got little pimples around their lips might not be that shocking or surprising. But when I look at these ingredients, of course the ingredients don't tell everything because we don't know how they're formulated or the sourcing of those ingredients, but like, it's not revolutionary. And the whole thing is that they're saying it's a sleeping mask that hydrates and has vitamin C. I don't know if I want to pay $24 for that. And I'm also not going to because it's not cruelty free, but like 24 bucks? Now, according to some of these reviews, some people are happy to pay the 24 bucks. Some people love this. And listen, if you adore this, if you love it, if you've tried a lot of lip products and this is the only one that works for you, keep using it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But if you're someone who puts this on and like other people, you're like, wait a minute, why am I getting breakouts around my lips? Or one person made a comment saying they got a cold sore. Lip products don't cause cold sores, but there are certain things that can trigger cold sores, so maybe this had something to do with it for them. But also, most of the people who didn't have a good experience have said, this leaves my lips feeling drier. They put it on before bed and they wake up with drier lips than when they started. What's that all about? Now, when we look at the ingredients, again, there's nothing that is toxic or dangerous or bad chemicals because everything is a chemical. However, when we do look at this, there's nothing in here that's revolutionary. And with the coconut oil, I could see that causing breakouts for some people. And a lot of the emollients or the hydrators or the protectants in here don't seem that revolutionary, especially when we compare it to some other things on the market. Now, understandably, Laneige was a Korean brand that was created by Pacifica, but some people have been comparing it to both Tatcha as well as Glow Recipe. And we're gonna talk about Tatcha as well as a very inexpensive option in a couple minutes. But Tatcha, we're gonna talk about Tatcha because I don't love every product from them. But this lip one is one that I have put on my face and I got thoughts. Not those kind of thoughts, but like thoughts. I don't have any thoughts. Glow Recipe was actually started by two women who worked at L'Oreal in the beauty industry, and they wanted to take their history, their Korean culture, and infuse it into products. They actually started out as a beauty curator, like a website that sells Korean beauty, and they were actually on Shark Tank, and then from there they decided to actually create their own brand. Now they have some best-selling products. Their watermelon line is really good. I've actually been using their Cloudberry toning essence. It is phenomenal, and my skin normally doesn't work with vitamin C. They have their watermelon night mask, which is for the face, but I love it. They've also got this. This is the Plump Hyaluronic Acid Gloss Balm, and this is only $22. It's a little bit less product in it, but it goes a long way. Now, one thing that you'll notice about Laneige, especially if you've ever used it, is that it kind of has this creamy texture. It's kind of opaque, right? This is a little bit more translucent, but it's also a little bit more sticky. And this actually hydrates better, in my opinion. When I put this on at night and I wake up in the morning, my lips actually feel hydrated. And then again, a lot of the reason that people like the Laneige and will put up with it drying out their lips is because they're like, oh my God, the smell is so good. Honey, have you smelled this? This is so good. It's light, it's not overbearing, but it smells divine. And that's the other thing about Laneige, is that there's a ton of perfume and colors in there that can be really irritating. This is clear, it's a little bit more sticky, but this works so well. And it actually keeps the lips hydrated. It has hyaluronic acid in here, which is phenomenal for the lips. Hyaluronic acid lip products are fantastic. A lot of them are formulated really well. And hyaluronic acid doesn't like suck moisture from the inside of your lips out. Instead of hyaluronic acid being like a magnet, it's more like Velcro. It kind of creates a film and kind of locks things into the lips. Well, this has Plum, so you got the vitamin C, this has hyaluronic acid, this has humectants. This is so much better for the lips, and it's $22 instead of $24. And like, it's cuter, it's like a plum. Sorry. For my personal opinion, the fact that this is cruelty-free, made by two bad entrepreneurial women, actually has ingredients that are really fantastic for the lips and feels better. For me, I would say that this is a better choice than Laneige for the price. But what if you want something that is fragrance-free, that has vitamin C, and that you don't have to like stick your finger in to use? Well, Biossance has one of the best lip products I've ever used. And yes, this Rose Squalane lip balm is fragrance-free. Here's what's crazy is that I've gone through like 5 tubes of these. I usually don't repurchase lip products once I've used them. Like Pacifica, which we're gonna talk about, I've repurchased. Even Tatcha, I have not repurchased the lip product. We gotta talk about that. But this from Biossance is one that I've repurchased multiple times. It might also be because I lose it, because I have lost it. Like I don't know where it is right now. I think I left it on probably like a plane or something, but this is so good. And it is basically squalane, which is related to the squalene that our skin naturally produces. And then it's also got rose wax in here. And it's, again, fragrance free. They didn't add fragrance, they're just using high quality rose. And what I love about Biossance too is that they are created in California, so local to me, and their entire brand stands for Biology Renaissance. The whole reason that they started this skincare line is because they found a way to make squalane out of plants, because it used to have to be extracted from sharks. We don't want to be killing the sharks out here, okay? The sharks just want to live. They are like the vacuum cleaners of the ocean. Sharks just want to swim around with their electroreception and be cute little sea dogs, okay? Did you know that some of them are like dogs? I mean, some aren't, but let's not demonize sharks because they're not terrible, okay? They're just hungry. They're just hungry little good boys. Just such a good boy. Anyways, Biossance was created by amazing scientists who actually worked at a different company and found these benefits and said, we're gonna create a skincare line based on this because this mimics what the skin naturally produces and we don't gotta get it from the sharks. Not to mention, the price is right, the tube is fantastic, it's fragrance-free, it's got vitamin C, and it actually hydrates the lips. What do you know? Now again, comparing this to the Laneige does have a bit more of like an opaque, kind of like a buttery look to it. This is definitely more clear. But if you want buttery and at a discount, look no further than Pacifica Beauty. This is one that Dr. Dre got me hooked on. She was talking about how the Pacifica Lavender Moon Mask is $12 instead of $24. You're literally getting a lavender scented moon mask that has some of the exact same ingredients with the fragrance for $12 instead of $24. If you like the feel, if you like the opaqueness, the shea butter, get it from Pacifica. And even Pacifica was created by an amazing woman named Brooke. She lived in Oregon and she wanted to create a skincare line that had the ingredients that she liked and actually donated to clean water conservation. And when I look at that, I'm like, this is fully recyclable. The brand believes in recycling. They donate to clean water initiatives. They care about their community. Hello! Like for me, that's personally a no-brainer. And both the story behind Pacifica, the product itself, and the ingredients are just way better than Laneige, but the price is 2 times small. It's so tiny. Tiny price, big hydrated happy smile on Cass. Again, it's $12 at like Target and stuff, but I actually just saw it on Amazon for $6. And again, I have one. I don't know where I put it. I think I lost that one in a car, but that's a long story. $6 on Amazon. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I am adding it to my cart. I am a Prime member. Am I proud of it? No, but am I probably addicted at this point? Yes. Convenience covered in capitalism is a very addictive drug. Speaking of the Amazon, Petroleum Jelly. This is cheap. It's like $3, cruelty-free. It's basically an alternative to Vaseline. If you look at the ingredients, because we turn and learn in this house, it says white petrolatum USP. It's 100% petrolatum jelly. And if you don't know the history behind petroleum and petrolatum and is it toxic and is it terrible? Well, first off, it's in La Mer's $500 products and like their $200 lip product, which I cannot recommend. Get Laneige before you get La Mer, okay? Okay. Am I saying it right? Laneige? Laneige? I think I've been pronouncing it wrong this entire video. It's Laneige, isn't it? Oops. Anyways, don't do La Mer. And if you really want to save a buck, this works so well. Doctors recommend this, derms recommend this, and as a bonus, you can use it other places, such as your skin for slugging, such as cracks or fissures on the skin, even for babies. Not that baby, and not that baby, but this baby. This is fantastic. It is basic, and if you have questions about the toxicity or about what this has to do with Pennsylvania and how this was also related to people killing whales for oil and how this became an alternative to whale slaughtering. Oh, there is a history behind petroleum jelly. You need to watch this next year. I'll put it here or like in the description. Add this to your watch next playlist. But let's say you don't want to do the petrolatum jelly. You do want something bougie. You want to spend a little more money and you want it to be cruelty-free and you just don't want to buy Laneige because you don't love it. I will say, I have to give credit where credit is due. Tatcha is cruelty-free and they're a brand that I don't love every product of. I think a lot of their skincare is really overpriced. People really like it for the smell or for the package, but for the efficacy, I just can find better for the price. You know what I'm saying? I am in the process of testing a few things, which has taken years because I'm just not enthralled, but I have purchased their lip mask only once. Only once. It has 24 karat gold leaf, which is actually a part of the brand's story. The brand story is beautiful and I really respect the woman who created it, but I would pay for it just for her and her story and like the pretty packaging, more so than I would Laneige. Now, when it comes to Tatcha, how does it compare? It is a little bit more clear, and I have found that it's a little bit more lightweight. So if you don't want something that's thick like the Glow Recipe, or if you're like Laneige is even too thick for me and it just doesn't hydrate, Tatcha actually delivers here. It's lightweight, it's hydrating, and it's pretty. It's just a little bit more expensive. But this is a solid choice if you, like other people online, have like gotten breakouts around your lips or the Laneige leaves your lips drier. This generally does not do that. But again, this is for the bougie people. If you don't want to be bougie, you got some mid-tier options, you got some fragrance-free options, you got some half-price options, or you got some budget babe options. I think you know which one I really love. I genuinely want to know, like, did you use Laneige? Did you like it or not? And why would or wouldn't you pick it up? Please leave all of that in the comments and find a buddy in the comments as well. Or if you want dupes or alternatives for another popular skincare product and just want to know, is it worth the hype? I'm here to buy and try things and spend my money so that you don't have to. Because as your acne big sister who's gone through it and is still going through it, look at this cyst. It hurts so bad, so bad. And where's the shark to eat this off my face? Come on, where is the shark being aggressive when we need it to be? Please eat my pimples, shark, thank you. I can't wait to see you in the comments, and here's this video on the history of petroleum jelly that you need to see. Always remember to stay hydrated orally and topically, reapply that SPF, including to your lips during the day. Oh, actually, here's a video on lip SPFs if you want to protect your lips during the day and the night. And always remember to be beautiful both inside and out. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in either of these videos. Specifically this one. This is amazing. Click this one. Enjoy. Enjoy.